Thank you so much. I listen to you all the time at home, hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. And it's the best thing I do for myself, so I appreciate you so much.
It's a pretty good thing to do when you're in alignment, because that can increase momentum. In other words, once you know you're in alignment, then the more you think about things from a place of alignment, then the more your beliefs turn to knowledge, and the more substantial you are in your alignment. It's a good thing. But if you listen to us when you're in a bad mood, we will irritate you.
No, never. The question that I have is, we're talking about meditation, and the 3 times that sticks out that I've meditated, that sticks out to me from meditation, is that once I was meditating and I just saw these dots before my eyes, and I was moved to start connecting them. And as I connected them, it came to me that I have everything that I've already need, that I just need to connect the dots. And that helped me out in life so much.
Well, it was a really good interpretation of what your inner being was saying to you. And your inner being didn't put dots there. Your inner being did not create the analogy. Your inner being just held the knowing of who you are, and you interpreted it through your path of least resistance into something that was meaningful for you. Really good. Really good.
The other time I was, if I can liken it to being in a spaceship and just seeing rays of light, I'm traveling so fast.
So what you were doing, you were interpreting energy visually, which is a good thing for you to know, because Esther is primarily an auditory translator. She receives blocks of thought and the words come to her mind. With some, images come to mind. And as the images come, then you can find descriptive words of the images. And for some, images and words come. And you are some of both. And so the fact that you are seeing that with your eyes closed during meditation is a very good indicator that you are a visual interpreter of energies.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then the other time, I was meditating and I was in a movie theater, and I was actually in the audience sitting in the back, and I can see shadows of a full movie theater, and people were enjoying themselves. I also was the director of what was going on the screen.
That's the most significant thing to know. That was your interpretation of your realization that you create your own reality.
Yes. The question that I have as the movie was going, as I was watching, as I was directing the movie, the characters on the screen, I could not, they would move a little, then they'll stop. And then they'll open their mouth to say words, and then they wouldn't say anything.
Well, it's because it was an early realization that you create your own reality. You're getting ready for that. Later on, you'll give them some words and purpose.
Okay. All right. That was simple. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like I knew I created my own reality before I had that meditative experience.
Well, you just translated it into something that is more vivid. You're asking for it to feel more real to you. When people write movies or scripts, they often find their plots from real life experience, from things that they have observed. And so they're piecing them together in the story that they really want to tell. And that's not so different from all of you. Your exposure to life is what's causing you to take the pieces that you prefer and put them into your vortex. And so that movie and all of the components of it, all of the characters and all of the purpose of the characters and all of the abilities of the characters and all of the proclivities of the characters, that's all already in the vortex, because law of attraction has been gathering all of the cooperative components to each and every one of your desires that you have offered there. As a practiced seer of vibration, you could look right into your vortex and see what's there, or you could do something even more satisfying. You could just trust that it's there and put your attention upon your alignment by looking for ways to feel good and making sure you do, and then just receiving. Let the movie unfold as your real life. This is a really good conversation to have at this point of what we've all been talking about. Because what you kind of want to do, you want to do it, but it doesn't work very well and it's not working out for you. We're talking about everyone mostly. You think you would like to take the contents of your vortex and you would like to project it into a satisfying movie that you can live right now. Well, do you know how flat and not multidimensional movies are? They're on tape and they're on the screen and the words are all scripted and there it is and you watch it and it is what it is, and that's not what your life is about at all. You get to live a little of it and then give it better words, and live a little bit of it and then make it even more satisfying, and live a little of it. You get to constantly contour the way your movie is turning out. And in the beginning, there are characters there that you can't even identify, and they're hardly moving and they're not speaking. But as you align more, you give your life experience more. Your life is so much more than a movie. But it is analogous in the sense that you create, as a director or as a writer, a movie, and you are creating your life. When you get hold of this notion and you really own it, and many of you have done that here in these hours, that you've already done so much and you are so far along the way, you're by no means starting over. The vortex is ready for you to be ready for it. And now, just for a little while, you turn your undivided attention toward your readiness. Your readiness for what? Your readiness to feel satisfaction, period. Not your readiness to interpret the whole movie and present it to the world. Your readiness to feel good now and now and now and now. The opportunity in every moment in time is simpler, but don't let its simplicity make you misunderstand its power. The simplicity of, am I satisfied right now or not? Am I satisfied right now or not? Esther was saying to friends, oh, I've acclimated to Jerry not being here. I've acclimated to him in his current non-physical form. We talk often and we have lots of experiences. He made his transition about 5 years ago, but it was only recently that Esther acknowledged how many moments she feels unsatisfied because she's not having the playful banter, or she's not taking the customary walk. It's like putting the happy face sticker on the gas gauge rather than acknowledge that the tank is empty. You have to acknowledge, am I feeling satisfaction or dissatisfaction? And we know there are degrees of it, but you know what we're talking about. When you're satisfied, which means if something is missing, focus somewhere else until you are satisfied. Use the power of your mind to find satisfaction. Use the power of your focus to find satisfaction. And when you start steadily feeling satisfied, then, oh, your life reflects it in so many ways. In any kind of dissatisfaction, you hold yourself apart from the things that you want. Isn't that nice to know?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Ready to be ready to be ready to be ready.
All right, so let's break that down just for a moment, because it's a little nonsensical when we spit it out like that. But I'm ready for what? Ready for satisfaction. And what will satisfaction bring me? Readiness for more satisfaction. And what will more satisfaction bring me? Readiness for more. The better you feel, the better you feel, the better you feel, the better you feel. It just gets better and better and better and better and better. And better and better and better and better and better. And better. There's no end to the better.
So I just recently heard you saying this, like in the last month or two. You have to be ready to be ready to be ready.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm ready to be ready to be ready, or?
On some subjects, you're ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, and there's a manifestation about to explode into your experience. On some subjects, you're ready to be ready, and you're ready to be ready, but you're not ready for it to explode into your experience. And what you really want, if you want to live a perfectly lovely and happy life, you want some things exploding into manifestation while new things are just getting started. Think about it. Think about the levels of satisfaction that you can have at the varying degrees of the gestation process. Think about couples who just found out they're pregnant. They're so happy. They've got no baby. They got no baby. They got a little glob. But they're happy, and they understand that they don't want that baby to be born today. They want it to be ready, and it's sort of kind of the same thing. Some subjects are ready to be born. Oh, what a perfect analogy that is. Oh, wait, it's like you. Do you know how much vibration you were before you got ready to be 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 born into a manifested form? That analogy applies perfectly, doesn't it? And then once you are born, you are all of that. You are all of that. And you could have remained all of that knowing and all of that readiness and all of that happiness and all of that joy and all of that positive expectation. But then you started meeting up with others that had been banging around for a while, and they'd kind of gotten tired of that because they didn't stay in the replenishing mode. Oh, when you got here, you were so replenished. Wow! So replenished. But then you kind of got deplenished because you didn't keep replenishing. But now you know better. Now you know. Can't you always distinguish satisfaction from dissatisfaction? Isn't it just so obvious and clear? Then do that.
Okay, I was listening to you, and you had mentioned about your inner being just delights and is happy and is loving you just for being here.
Well, think about the perfection of the timing of that question given what we just said. At one time, you were an idea that came to full fruition. Can you imagine the satisfaction that the non-physical part of you feels about the physical part of you? About your willingness to explore contrast, about your willingness to put the newness in the universe, about your willingness to have exposure to life which causes you to ask new questions. And can you imagine the appreciation that your inner being feels when after all of that you find the receptive mode so that you allow your new idea to come out into the world, to be born into the world just as you were born into the world?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Well, we would say to you that it doesn't get any better than this, but it will. Better and better and better and better and better. We are satisfied beyond vibrational or verbal description at what we have accomplished in the time that we've been together. We are eager about what's new and more for you. We are understanding what's new and more for you. And we'll be aware of you in ways that will make it more obvious for you to be aware that we are aware of you. How's that? Pay attention to how you're feeling and savor those satisfying moments and watch the benefit that comes to you. And remember that we've all got now, and in now we can choose alignment or not. We're just really good at choosing alignment, and you can be too. And as you get better and better at choosing satisfaction, then it will be reflected. But really, as more and more of the things you want come out into the open and are manifested where others can see them, it will not be that much more satisfying for you than when you were just fostering them along with your good feeling. We love your manifested world, and we love your process of manifesting. And we, unlike you, but you're getting closer to it, we love every phase of the unfolding. We are so satisfied with each phase. We are satisfied with the seed that you put into the ground as we are the full stalk that is yielding ears of corn later. We are as satisfied with the idea of the garden to begin with as we are of the impulse to put the corn. We are thrilled with the impulse to water it and tend to it, and we are thrilled with your awareness that here it comes. But every step along the way of the unfolding of your creations is satisfying to us because we understand gardens and seasons and intentionality and successes and satisfaction and ongoing, never-ending, eternal, satisfying, happily ever after life. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.